Hey y'all, what's up tonight? Happy Saturday! How's everyone doing? When you hop on, hit the heart button. And tonight's word is bugs. Y'all, we're gonna do some bugs. Sometimes the bug thing just I have a love-hate for these bugs, y'all. Love-hate. So, we are going to make over some Dollar Tree little signs, y'all. I bought 3 of these little cute little signs, okay? Now, I've already prepared 2 because, look at me trying to be prepared. So I prepared these 2, but these little things just come off the front. I'm going to keep them and I'm going to use them. Family and hello. And then I got a gather. So, I'm going to put these over here. And these just come right off, y'all. Okay, the tops come right off. Just pops right off. Okay, and then we can use these somewhere else. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside. Now, I did notice when I took the other 2 apart that that kind of keeps it sturdy. So I took a little glue, a little hot glue, and just put it on the edges down here just to kind of put it back together. It's like I said, I think that top kind of held it together some. So let me get this popped up over here, y'all, on my computer so I can see comments. So much easier, so much easier. So how has everyone been doing today? Y'all, it's been nice here today. I mean, it's been warm, but y'all, we finally got some rain. Whew. We were needing some rain, y'all. It was too hot up here in Georgia. So when you're hopping on, tell me where you're from. My name is Shonda, and I am from North Georgia, West Atlanta. That area. Originally from Kentucky. So I'm just putting just a little bit of glue, y'all. And I found that it just kind of held these other ones on. And we're just going to make over these really cute little Dollar Tree kind of framed out little signs. Like I said, keep the little part that came off, these little parts, because I can use those somewhere else. Okay. So, I've got my little all done here, y'all. And I'm going to paint this one. And I am using Waverly's Plaster, okay? And I've already done these 2. A little prepared tonight, y'all. A little prepared. I know. I know. The world's not coming to an end. I know. I'm just prepared. Just kidding, y'all. Alright, let me get this. This is easier for me to work with. My little a lazy Susan, y'all. It's so much easier. So yeah, what is everyone up to today? We just got back from eating, of course. I got crazy hair, I know. If y'all are new, you'll know my hair does whatever it wants. It's just whatever it wants. That's what it does. I just go with it. Why fight it anymore? Okay. So I'm just painting this just to give it a little, little makeover. And we are going to Mod Podge tonight, y'all. We're also going to use some watercolor paper. So we're going to do a few little different things. That's why I kind of wanted to go ahead and get these painted for the most part so that we could get busy. Get busy, y'all. And this part's simple. Just, paint it. I'm not painting the complete inside. I did paint around the edges of the other ones on the inside, just in case the paper that I cut doesn't quite go to the edge, which it pretty much does, but And I did go ahead and cut the paper, y'all. I'm telling y'all. I'm prepared. It's shocking. I don't know about y'all, but I am literally an off the hip type of gal. Y'all, I thrive on last minute plans. I thrive on last minute events. That's when I thrive. If I have to plan it and I have to think about it, I'm so stressed by the time it gets here. I don't need time to think about anything. I think that's the thing, you know, and y'all like that, where you just, hey, we're going here tonight, or we're going here, you know. That's what I like. So I did prepare a little bit tonight, though, y'all. So I'm just giving this a coat of this chalk paint. The other ones did take 2 coats, just to cover up that gray on the outside. The gray is kind of a, what is it called? Like a, it's not really a plastic or a vinyl, but it's kind of a, what is that stuff called? Like a formica maybe or something? You know, it's like a fake wood. I'm not really sure what it's called, but okay. Now let's just put just a little bit on the inside, around the edges. Just to kind of make sure that the paper that we're going to Mod Podge covers, or, you know, it doesn't show anything. Okay. So I think we're good. Let me dry this up really quick. Put another quick coat on it, y'all. So tonight we are going to be working with some bugs, okay? This is our Creative Kickstart, okay? So we're going to use this one. And right now you can actually earn these transfers, y'all, okay? And the bugs, y'all, the bugs, the bugs, the bugs, the bugs. Bugs stress me out a little bit. And I told y'all, I'm not sure if I'll ever use the beetle. This one. I don't know. I'm not using it tonight. I haven't used it yet. It kind of creeps me out a little bit. I mean, it's neat looking, but it kind of creeps me out a little bit. So, I'm not using the bug tonight. Hey, Mason. You keep texting me, son, and you say I'm right here. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so just let me get this dry. It dries pretty fast, y'all. You know it's chalk paint, so it dries pretty fast. But yes, tonight we're going to use the dragonfly, the bee, and the butterfly, y'all. I want to see you incorporate some real bugs because you love them. No, honey. That's what I'm telling you. Like, it stresses me out to do that beetle. The other ones I'm okay with, you know. I'm okay with the other ones. But I'm just going to tell you, the dragonfly, I don't know if y'all are aware of this. I'm going to put a second coat on this, y'all. Got real thick. I'm going to spray just spray my brush just a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't do a spider at all. No way, Jose. But I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but we were at the lake. It's been quite a while now, and my friends and family all thought I was crazy because I said, hey, the dragonflies either are biting or stinging, okay? When we had our pool, I'm telling you, they'd either bit me or they stung me. Well, they were all like, you're so crazy. You just don't like bugs. You don't like, you know, being in the lake. Or whatever. Okay. Well, guess what? All of a sudden, everybody started getting bit and stung by the dragonflies, y'all. How funny was that? And I was like, oh, no. No. Not the dragonflies. Certainly not. That's just Shonda being crazy. No. They bit. Okay? They bit, or they stung, or they did something to us. It hurt. All right, y'all, so just this second coat doesn't have to be as, you know, as thick and really even precise. There's just a few spots that didn't cover very well on the inside, and that's really all I'm doing. Now the outside, you do have to put, you know, a pretty good coat on it, because that gray, I don't know, like I said, I don't know what that gray is, but it feels kind of like a plastic. So, all right, that's it. Let's dry this up. And we will start the next part. Yeah, I don't know how people do the bug things. You know, that people, yeah, spiders is not happening ever for me. My cousin used to raise spiders, and I remember we went to visit him, and I thought I would have a heart attack. He raised tarantulas. Okay. So let's just dry this up really, really fast, and then we will start the next part. And I think this is just going to be a really cute little shelf sitter, or, you know, this would be pretty in an office, you know, your husband's, if they have an office, or if you have a library at your house, or, I don't know, you'll see. It's really cute. I think these transfers to me are classy looking. This Explorer, and the other part that has the words, oh, I got something like, are dictionary words. So I think it just looks very, I don't know, it looks really pretty. Okay, we're good. All right, y'all, right. So let me do away with this. And I'm just going to set these over here, because now we are going to actually, I am going to use this again. It'll be easier. Okay, so here's what I have done. I have cut 3 pieces of, okay, black corn, I was shaving my face, not trying to get the gleam out of the trousers. Hey, Lisa. Okay, so we have 3 pieces of paper, and this is what I cut it out of, okay? This is just multi-purpose, heavyweight paper for wet and dry artwork, okay? I believe I got this at maybe the Dollar General, maybe. I don't think I got this at the Dollar Tree. I think this is Dollar General. I could be wrong. Love your shirt. Thank y'all. Y'all, this shirt is me. This is my personality to a T. Okay, so here's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to do a little bit of watercolor, okay? I want to make this kind of look like a wood grain-esque. Wood grain-esque. So I'm using this Chocolate Sprinkle Apple Barrel acrylic paint, okay? And what I want to do is I'm just going to put some water in my little tray. Okay? Just a little bit of water. And then I'm going to put a little bit of paint in here. And then we are going to mix it up, almost creating, you know, a very wet, it's a stain, it's really, really wet. In fact, I'm going to put a little more water because I want it a little lighter. Hold on, let me move it because it's going to spray everywhere. There we go. Okay. So, just literally just really, really running, okay? And here's what I want to do. I am going to take my paper and literally just start just painting this on, okay? And as I'm painting it, it'll kind of create, you know, wood grain look, kind of, from your brush strokes. And I'm painting the whole thing. This is going to be our background to our little signs, y'all. Just like that, okay? So let me hold this up and you can see it. I'll set it over here and let it dry. Okay, see how it kind of makes it, it gives it like a little wood grain look, okay? So I'm just gonna set it back here while I do the other two and let it dry. And that's what we're actually going to use to chalk on, y'all. Hold on, let me get this back up here. I don't know what it's doing, but let's figure it out. I don't know why it keeps doing this, but anyway, okay, I can see now, finally. Here we go. There we go. Sorry, y'all, but I don't understand what does this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's do the other page. Oh! Almost dumped it, y'all. Okay, so again, same thing. Just brush it on. Now you could use whatever color you wanted on this and make it look, you could even do a whitewashed look. Hey Mom! A whitewashed look on it. Or you could do, like I said, you can do any color. A gray would look good. I just thought this would look cool because it looks like wood. Okay, it's gonna look like wood grain. All right, this one back here and do our last one. And I think we're gonna need just a little bit more. Just a little. Water, y'all. And I'm spraying it over here because it literally sprays everywhere. Okay. That should be enough to finish it. That's what's cool. I mean, you could literally, paint paper. I mean, it's watercolor. It's kind of like, when you're a kid and you're watercoloring, y'all. Y'all loved art class. That was fun for me. Always fun. Okay. So a little bit more right here. And I think we are finished. We are. Okay, so here's the last piece. Okay. So let me move these out of the way. And bring this back, and we are going to get these dry so that we can Mod Podge them in our, and put them in our, well, we're going to go ahead and chalk them first. But I am going to dry these. Let me set these off to the side, and we're going to do one more thing. We've got one more thing to watercolor. So I'm going to set these off to the side. So I'm going to use the watercolor paper for my bugs as well. Okay. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do my bee, of course, in yellow. Okay. So I've got some, this is lemon from Apple Barrel as well. We're going to do the same thing with it. Get water, some paint. Y'all, I hear my husband coming down here. I think he said he was bleeding to death. I don't know. He cut himself shaving. Oh, he just turned off my lights. He's a struggler at times.
So we got a couple of guests tonight.
He's a struggler.
Got a couple of guests.
I want to know about
guest
bugs.
appearance.
I can't wait to find out what's going on here live.
Are we decorating with bugs?
We're decorating with
What,
bugs.
what are we doing with bugs here?
Let's show
I've
me.
got the most ridiculous neighbors.
Are these the
ever.
bugs right here?
These
We've
are-
actually got some of those outside.
Can
if
we
y'all
name
want.
these?
Y'all!
Is this a
Decorating
June, are you
with
doing
bugs.
this a June bug for June?
No, I'm not doing the bug.
No, I like this.
I'm
because
doing these bugs.
like
Well, this
the
is mating
dragonfly.
season
Yes.
for the
Y'all,
dragonflies.
excuse my neighbors. I don't even understand.
I like
She's
it.
the best, and we could not get enough.
No, we
of her.
couldn't. We were watching her live, which y'all all should.
I
It's
mean,
amazing.
If you don't share, you don't care, right?
No, exactly.
Oh, it's sprinkling.
Daniel said it best. Daniel said it
Oh,
best.
we go.
y'all, I got the greatest neighbors
All right,
ever.
let me get
So,
it.
go with the butterfly.
The
Ready?
butterfly.
Hold on. Paint. Let's paint
Jim,
something.
how many times have I told you you don't let people in our
He
home
said this house
uninvited?
grew up Fort Knox until
Look
we
at these
came.
strokes. Look at these strokes. She's amazing.
It takes years of experience.
Like, look at
it's so
oh
crazy.
my gosh, it's like a sunrise.
Okay, y'all, we are watercolored right here.
It's like a sunrise.
Okay.
We love you, neighbor.
I'm used to oil-based paints.
Bye, y'all.
Thank you
Love
for your
y'all.
experience. Thanks for sharing and caring.
Y'all, I just, that's my neighbors. There they are. I thought Jim was going to come down here and tell me he's bleeding to death. But that's my neighbors. Okay, y'all. So, this is going to be our background for our bee. Okay? I think, yeah, it's big enough. So, we're going to do the yellow for the bee. And then I'm going to do, what color would I want to do? I think I'm going to do a couple of different colors for my butterfly. I think I'm going to do what color? Okay, I definitely know I want to do green. I'm going to do green for my dragonfly. Okay, so I'm going to use the meadow for my dragonfly. And then I think for my butterfly, y'all, I'm going to do raspberry sorbet and some pink. Okay, we're going to do some different colors with that. So, alright, so I'm using some of our chalk paste, y'all. Alright, so let's grab a brush. And y'all, I mean, what better neighbors, right? What better neighbors? Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of this green. This is our meadow, very pretty. I think that'll be a pretty color for the background of my dragonfly. Y'all, they probably got a cornhole tournament going on up there. Okay, so let's do this side in the green. And again, y'all, this is just watercolors. Basically, watercoloring. Okay. And I'm just doing some little corners on this because that's all I really need for it. Get these out of the way, y'all. Okay. Y'all have neighbors like that? Lindsay, are you on here watching your husband? Mom, did you see my neighbors? They're crazy, y'all. They're crazy. I love them. They're my kids' age. I love them to death. They're awesome. Okay, so we're going to do raspberry sorbet and peony. Peony. I don't know. I think I always say it wrong. Okay, so let's see. Let me turn this around. We're going to do darker on the bottom, lighter on the top. Okay, so darker on the bottom, lighter on the top. And this is going to be our butterfly, y'all. Yep. They're crazy. Okay. Alright, so there's that. And now let's do... I'm just going to spray this. Woo! About got me, y'all. About got me. Which you wouldn't really notice it on this shirt. That's why I do like painting this shirt, y'all. You wouldn't really notice it. Okay. And then let's take some of this raspberry sorbet. This is a very pretty color. And I'm doing the same thing, okay? I'm just doing water, and this is our chalk paste. And then I'm going to do the bottom part in this raspberry sorbet. And I will show y'all what I've got. Okay. So, looks crazy, right? Okay. Here we go. Let me clean this up. get this out of my way. And then we will chalk these, y'all. Okay. So let's dry these. It's really quick. It's water and chalk. It's chalk paste, so definitely will dry quick. But you definitely want it really dry. And this is going to be our surface for our bugs, y'all. Surface for our bugs. I always turn it over and kind of do the back as well. Okay, I'll set that to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and turn these over and give them a quick dry on the back. And if you dry them on the back, the end, they'll flatten, flatten for you. So we want to make sure it's really good and dry because we are, again, chalking on this. There's no telling, I might have more neighbors over in a minute. Okay, that one's good. Let's dry this one. These are pretty dry, it's just because I put more water on them. They're a little more wet than normal. Or they're, you know, a little more wet than those other ones because I did do the whole thing. And I covered it very well. It likes to curl up on you, but that's okay. It'll be alright. Okay, let's do this last one. And then we will chalk and put it together now. Now again, these are our creative kickstarts, and you can earn them free this month. And if you're interested in how to do that, just type in bugs, bugs. Hey Linda. Linda, you missed my neighbors. I mean, my neighbors just made an appearance on the video. They're crazy. They're crazy, y'all. Okay. Alright, so I am going to do this real quick. I think this is we're gonna try to do this. I just want this a little flat. So I'm just taking my little mini iron and just ironing the back of it a little bit just to get them flat. That's all. I've done this before. It's kind of a easy way to just kind of get it flat. Makes it easier to chalk on. Now you do want to wax your paper. I know that sounds wild too, but when you are chalking on it, you do want to wax it. That way it will not stick. You pull up any kind of paint or anything like that. But I do like doing this. I kind of, this is something I usually do. I just kind of iron it a little bit. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I do. I do. You saying I did it. That's fine. Okay. So let's get our wax. And let's get some squeegees over here, y'all. And my little tools. Okay. So, y'all took my shoes off. And where I sanded a little bit ago, I had some splinters. I've gotten in every splinter I think I have. Okay, so here's what we're going to do first. We are going to use this bottom transfer, okay? This is where the definitions are, okay? They're literally definitions out of a book. I think it's so cool. So let's put some wax on these. Just a little, y'all. I'm not doing a lot. I kind of just go across it a little bit like this. I already had some on my little applicator. Linda, have y'all been busy at the bakery for July 4th? Okay. Same thing with these. I'm just going to give them a quick little wax. Okay, just like that. All right. Now, let's do these. Now, I am going to use, I think I'm going to do it in, we're going to use Storm, and then I'm going to need my black velvet. Yes, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We are going to do this pretty fast, y'all, okay? Because I don't want to have to, I want to only have to wash this one time. July is our slowest month. Oh, okay. That makes sense. People are vacationing, I guess. So it's probably when you guys finally get a break. Okay, y'all, so put it on here. Make sure you don't have any air bubbles. Now, when you are chalking on paper like this, and it's rolled up and it's all, you may get an air bubble, okay? When I'm doing a background like this on a piece of paper, I'm just not all that stressed if it's not perfect, because it's a background. I'm literally creating a backdrop for these words, or for these bugs and these other words. So, okay, so I'm going to use this Storm, okay? And all I'm going to do is chalk on, drag it across quickly, because like I said, I want to be able to not have to wash this 50 million times. And this is, you know, these are silk screens, so this will dry in your silk screen if you're not careful. Okay, so let's do this. Now, do you see how it's just a little bit of a background? See? That's all I want, just a little bit of a background. I'm actually going to set this one to the side, do this next one. And I'm moving fast, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm moving fast. Like I said, I just don't want to. And I'm just using another little squeegee here to kind of push it down. Now I'm probably going to have to, I don't know, we'll see. Might have to wash it after this one. We may. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just creating a little, a backdrop, really, you know, backdrop. Well, we might be all right. I can still see through it. If I can see through it, I roll with it. Now, I wouldn't do this if this was my main piece. You know, if this was the main thing I was trying to see, I would wash it and start it again. But since it's not, I'm not really worried about it. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. Perfect. Okay, so here's what we've got. Now, we've got to do our other little piece over there. Excuse me, the brides here, goofy people. That's great. Okay. Y'all, I think I'm going to, yeah, we're going to have to wash this. I'm going to let these sit over here and dry. We're going to wash this real quick. You'll see how to wash a transfer. So, here's what I do. I get a couple of antibacterial wipes. I spray, this is the top non-sticky side. Okay, take my antibacterial wipes, wipe the bulk of the paste off. Okay, just like this. Now, sticky side is down right now, y'all. Okay. Alright. Then, spray it again. Take our board eraser. This one's well loved. And go across the top. Now, you're really just concerned with the space in between, your silk screen. That's all that matters. You know, what's in the silk screen. Nothing, the green part does not matter. The green part you really just want, you know, pretty clear of anything like big pieces of lint, or, you know, if there's some dried on big hunks of the chalk paste, you want that off. But your main concern is just to get the chalk paste out of the silk screen. That's all, okay? So, just like that. Let me cut these off. All right, so let's make sure that is dry. So what I do is I take a paper towel and you run it, this is the sticky side, y'all, okay? Take your paper towel, dry paper towel, and run it across the back over the sticky side. And it's so bizarre, it makes it sticky again. Okay, so just make sure the front's dry. Okay, now let me make sure this is dry right here. I don't want to pull that up. I'm just doing each one of these right there that may touch. Just make sure they're good. Okay. Now, let's get this on here. And again, it doesn't perfectly line up. Nothing. That's okay. It's really okay. I think this is a very pretty, like a classy looking transfer. I think this one's probably one of the classier ones. This one and the etched butterfly are probably two of my favorite. And how funny is it that they're bugs? So same concept, chalk it on, get your excess off. Put this over here. Let's do this one. Again, I just take a little squeegee, a dry one, and press it down. I'm just trying to get words all over it. That's all. Just get some words on it, y'all. Okay. Alright. Last one. I appreciate everyone on here tonight. If you're just hopping on, hit the heart button so I can say hey to you. And tonight's word for the supply list is bugs, y'all. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Bugs. Okay. Alright, I'm going to put this down here in my little water pail. And I will clean it up in just a little bit. Okay. So let me get this clean. Then we're going to do our word, our big word on this. And then go ahead and Mod Podge them on. And y'all, I just clean my squeegees as I go. It's easier. And then the stuff don't get on. Okay, so there's that. And let me make sure these are good and dry. We are going to chalk on this side one more word. So I want to make sure it's good and dry. You see how that looks? Just created just a little backdrop for it. I dropped a drop of water on it now. Okay. So now just a little bit of wax right here where I'm going to chalk this word. Okay, just like that. Easy, easy. And we are going to use our words, okay? Explore, dream, discover. So, let's do our first one. Let's do explore. And I'm just kind of doing it in the middle. Just doesn't have to be perfect again. Try to get it pretty straight. And I'm going to use my black velvet for it. Now, if you notice, I did not fuzz, okay? There was a reason for that. Look how pretty that is. All right, let me set that over there. Okay, now I'm going to use my backer sheet here to put this on so that I can use the next word without it getting on anything. Okay. So, just like that. Okay, now we're going to use the word dream. Make sure to get it on there good. My black paste is about gone, y'all. I'll have to break out my new jar in there. But I have had this jar and used this jar for 8 months probably. Lots of projects. Lots. Okay, there's Dream. So cute, you're a customer. Hello, I love your work. Oh, I know. You know how it would be, you know, Granny. I loved my Granny. She's so sweet. She was so sweet to me anyway. She might not have been sweet to everybody, but she was to me. Okay. Alright, so we're going to use our last little word here, discover. Yes, Jim, your buddies, they're crazy. Alright, I gotta get this black off my finger, y'all, or I'll have it all over it. Let me just get this off of me real quick. Black is definitely one of those paints that I get everywhere. I get it everywhere. Yes, Mom, and you. I know you are. I love that you're a greenie. You missed your granny. Is that what you're saying? You loved your granny? The granny that we are talking of was my great-grandmother, and she was a florist, and yeah, so, and then my cousin on here who's talking, she owns a bakery, and she decorates amazing cakes, so she's an artist as well. Okay. And discover. All right, let me get this over here in the bucket, y'all, before I get the black all over me. I'm telling you I will. Okay, let's dry these, and then we'll do our bugs, and we'll Mod Podge these on, and that's it. Y'all will see. It'll all come together and be so cute. Yes, I know, Mom. My mom is a greenie as well. And she's a very good painter. I think we're all a little crafty. Okay, when you're drying, guys, with the chalk paste, I said this before, but just in case you're new, it goes on shiny. When it dries, it is matte and dull. So it's a great indication that you're good and dry. And this is just our little drying tool. It's not very hot, which is really good. And when you're chalking on paper, just she is. I feel like she's pretty awesome. But when you're chalking on paper, it will dry a little slower because it's paper. So you've got to go through the whole thing. You know, the back is not a hard surface. So, but I think we're good. I think we're good, y'all. Okay. So let's set these off to the side. And let's do our bugs, y'all. Let's do our bugs. Get our bugs done. And I'm just doing them all in black. Okay, so it'll be, because they're etched, these are etched bugs. So it's, of course, the outline of them. That's why we needed a backdrop, or otherwise it would just be black on here, or whatever color you wanted to do it on. Mason treated me to 2 scoops of really good ice cream today. Had to step on. Yes, he told me him and his girlfriend come and took you to ice cream. Mason's a sweetie. He's so thoughtful. Okay, so here we go again. We're just putting this right down here on this, the dragonfly. I'm doing the green. Okay, so I'm gonna take my black chalk paste. Y'all, I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here because it's getting a little, we're getting a little down to the bottom. And we'll give it a quick little stir because it's looking. And this is how you remake it, make it alive again, or I don't know, reconstitute it. I don't know what the word would be. I know, he is a sweetie. Very thoughtful. He came home the other day and he said, "Hey, Mom, Granny's been on my heart, so I think I needed to take her to get some ice cream." I said, well, that's exactly what you should do. When somebody's on your heart, you follow it and you do what it says, and that's exactly what you do. So, okay. So when your chalk paste dries out the way mine was, because I'm almost at the end, you just take a little bit of distilled water, y'all. Do not use regular water, distilled only, or you will have a mold growth up in your paste. Yes, it was. So distilled water only, and just mix, and it'll come alive, y'all. It'll come alive. Okay. So we're just chalking this on, getting our excess off. Okay. Okay, so there's the dragonfly. I know it looks kind of crazy right now, but you'll see, it'll come together, girls. Come together. Okay, let's do our bee. Our yellow. Hold on, we got something on here now. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and get our butterfly. Y'all, and I desperately want to do that beetle, but I just can't bring myself to do it, so it's just the way it is. Alright. And put our butterfly. Now, I put our butterfly kind of in the middle of those two colors, okay? So that it would pull the lighter color for the top and the darker for the bottom. And y'all, this is a little bit longer of a project, but I was like, well, it's Saturday night. I can do a little bit longer. And I'm going to go ahead and draw tonight for the Happy Mail. And then starting next week, I am going to do Happy Mail for comments. So anyone who comments in during my lives or replays, it doesn't matter, you'll get an entry into Happy Mail. Okay. Get our excess off, y'all. Get it off my fingers. Telling y'all, the black loves to get up on me. Linda, what was the name of those nail things again? I can't stand them. I don't know. They freak me out, Linda. I can't do it. Okay. Can't do it. Don't know why. Just don't like them. They freak me out. Okay. All right. So let's dry these. Let me get this out of my way before I have it everywhere. And let's dry these bugs. Color Street. Okay, yes, that's it. Color Street. I think I have a friend who does that. Okay, let's dry these. Then I'm going to set them off to the side. And we'll finish up with those. So that's what they look like right now. Okay. So we're just going to set them over here. Now let's go ahead and Mod Podge in our little signs, y'all. Our little signs. Okay. So I'm just going to take some Mod Podge. Now I'm not going to do the iron method in this one tonight. I'm just going to Mod Podge in here, and that's it. That's all. Just Mod Podge it in. Make sure you get it in your corners and your cracks, because it will, that's really where you want it to lay down the most. I mean, you want it everywhere, of course, but I'm just saying, if you don't have enough in the cracks, it will come up. And all this is a glue type. I think it's really watered down glue, y'all, I think. I don't know. It's Mod Podge. I want to call it hodgepodge all the time. I have to stop and think every single time. Okay. Okay, get these in here. I'm going to take a paper towel. And just make sure to push it down really well. Okay, just like that. Make sure your edges are down good. Okay. Just like that. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Edges. Whoops, I don't need to get it all up on the side like that. It really wouldn't matter, but well, that would matter. Shonda, you just slinging. Gosh. Okay. Now the reason I do like the iron method, I've said before, it lays down very nicely. It doesn't. You don't have a lot of wrinkles with it, but when you're doing this, I mean, I can't really get in there with the iron, so this is just how it's got to be. Just make sure you get your edges. Okay. Pushing my edges down all along. Thank you everyone who sprinkles. I do appreciate it. Okay. Drink. Okay. And the last one. Now these will be really cute to, like I said, be like a little shelf sitter in an office or a library, you know, or anywhere in your house. If this is, you know, your motif, if you could put this into your motif. But I just thought it would look really pretty in a library or a, you know, an office space somewhere. I just think it'd be pretty. Okay. Last one. I think this would be really pretty with like a globe sitting beside it, you know. We have a room upstairs that we kind of have my husband's military stuff in. It's our one of our spare bedrooms, and I think this would be pretty in there. You know, just it's I've got the globe in there, and he's got some. I've got his stuff in there from overseas. I just think it'd be pretty. Okay, hold on. I got a little. The first one, of course, I get a lump in. Let me get this out. I'm just using a little tool, but I got a little oh. I don't want to rip it. There we go. Okay. Cute. All right. So I'm gonna let these sit over here. Cut these out, and then finish putting it together, and that's it, y'all. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna take some scissors, and I'm gonna cut these out. Okay. This is probably the most time consuming of all of it. Just cutting out your bugs. Your bugs, y'all. Your bugs. I'm telling you, it's so worth it. It's pretty. Little antennas. I love the detail on these bugs. The detail is amazing, the way that these have been created. These transfers, they're absolutely beautiful. The way that the etching on it looks, I love it. Like I said, this is the most time-consuming, tedious part, but worth it, y'all, in the end, I promise. Okay, so here is our butterfly. Okay, I'm going to cut that off. Here's our butterfly. Is that not gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Set him right there. Cut out our bee. This bee is very, very detailed. It's amazing. I mean, you can even see the little fine hairs on it, which I think is so cool looking. And if you take your time and really cut out each little fine little thing, it would even look better, but I'm not gonna make y'all. I mean, it still looks great. I'm kind of leaving like a little bit of a line around it. You can kind of see more color that way. But if you really take your time and really cut out, all you would have, your outline is the detail. Very pretty. I know this is a boring part, but y'all, it's worth it. It's worth it. Promise. Stick around. Stick around. It's almost done. Still can't believe my neighbors, y'all. They're so funny. We lucked up with neighbors. So they've all got little ones. And it's so nice because I bring them over and do crafts with them. And they're like our honorary grands, I guess, because they're just, I love them. And so the one had all girls and the other one has all boys. Well, the one now has a little girl. They adopted a little girl. So they now have a little girl amongst 4 little boys. But I love, love, love little Stella, and it's so fun to go outside and hear her say, Shauna! They've had her since she was a baby. We've watched her grow up, but she is now, gosh, she's almost 2, or she is 2-1. She's getting close, but she's so funny. She just go outside and just yell, Shauna! Hey, Shauna! I love it. Makes my heart grow. She's one of the best. Okay. Hold on, I don't want to mess up our little antenna, y'all. That would be tragic. I almost did. That would be real tragic. Okay. There, here's our bee. So cute. And then the last is this dragonfly. He'll be easy. There's not a whole lot of, there's a lot of detail inside on his, but not on the very edges. You know, like the hairs on the bee are around the edges. This is more on the inside of his wings. It's amazing. So it's not as hard. So the word tonight is bugs. If you want to know how to get the supplies to make your own bug decor, y'all. And again, you can earn these this month for free. So just type bugs and I will send you the information. And y'all don't forget, this is the month to get in on the designer, become a designer with Chocolatour, even if you just want to do it for fun. Okay. Oh, wait. I got a little spot right here. Hold on, let me cut that out. There we go. Okay, so there's our little dragonfly. Okay, y'all, let's put it together. Get this out of my way. All right. Get our glue gun over here. Okay. Okay, there's one. All I'm doing is putting just a little bit of hot glue, okay, down the center. Ooh. All right, y'all. Here we go. How pretty are these, y'all? So what do y'all think? Isn't that gorgeous? Look up close. Do you see how the words are behind it? And you get your bugs. Y'all, I think it looks so good. I love it. So, hit the heart button. Let me know that you like it. Go to the Dollar Tree. Thanks, Mom. Get your own little, woo, hold on. Get your own little signs. Okay. And they are the signs that have these on the front of them. Okay. These had all three of these. They come off very simply. We can also use these on something else, but that's what these are, and make them over with paper and some chalk paint, and that's it. So thank y'all so much for sprinkling this out. I so appreciate it. It helps my page. And thank y'all for joining me tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, y'all.